Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is me Aditi. I hope all of you guys are doing well. So in today's video, I will be sharing a base routine for combination and oily skin beauties out there. This is the summer season and I think this is the nightmare for a oily skin or a combination skin people to wear makeup, because in this season, the makeup tends to break and looks very cakey, greasy, oily, and it's very difficult to keep the makeup properly intact during this season. So I'm going to show you all the steps that you can follow to get a very flawless makeup look that's gonna stay on your face and that would not look cakey or oily or greasy. So you want to follow all these steps to get this beautiful makeup look. I'm going to show you all the steps, all the products as well. I'm going to give you options in the products as well, so you can choose the products according to your choice. And yeah, all the product details will be mentioned in the description box below in case you want to get any of those products. So yeah, if you guys want to know that how you can actually get a flawless looking makeup look that's gonna last for hours, and what are the products that I love during this summer season, then make sure to watch this video till the end. And yeah, with that, let's get started. Let's begin with some skin prep, which is the most important part of achieving a flawless looking makeup base. So I will be applying this toner from Plum. This has hyaluronic acid and this is a very lightweight toner, so this would help your skin to look very plump and hydrated. And my skin was completely clean before applying this toner. That part I have not shoot on the camera, but you want to make sure that before applying any skincare product or putting makeup on your skin, your face should be completely clean. And you can use a face wash of your choice, but I am recently using the derma AHA BHA face wash that is working amazing for me, and that is a great option for oily skin beauties out there. I will be linking the products, all the products in the description box below, so you can check that out. But you can see this toner is very lightweight and it's not at all sticky, and this has added a little bit of glow on my face. The next step that I will be doing is applying a serum. You can do this step to make sure that your skin looks more moisturized, and it's gonna again add that beautiful glow and your skin is gonna look plump. So I will be using the derma 15% niacinamide serum. This is again a very lightweight serum, and I'm just gonna press this all over my face. This adds a really nice glow to your face, and niacinamide is anyway a really amazing ingredient to fade away the acne marks and appearance of your pores. It is such an amazing ingredient, but the reason that I'm applying this right before my makeup is because this has zinc as well, which is going to help you with the sebum production, so your base is not gonna turn very cakey and very oily after few hours of the application. So zinc is gonna help in that. That's why I am applying this serum all over my face and pressing this to make sure that this gets nicely absorbed into my skin. I like to take that 30 to 60 seconds of gap in between all the skincare products that I apply. So after 60 seconds I am going to apply a moisturizer, and for that I will be using this Pond's moisturizer. This is a gel based moisturizer and I love this one for my combination skin. I don't really like to use this during winters, but during summers I feel this is a great moisturizer for oily skin people. This is very lightweight, and if you have oily or combination skin, you want to make sure that you use a gel based moisturizer. This is gonna moisturize and this is gonna moisturize your skin, and it's gonna also keep your skin very hydrated. But because this is very lightweight and oil free, it is not going to make your makeup look very oily or greasy or anything of that sort. So it's gonna moisturize your skin but not gonna look very oily or cakey, and that is the main purpose of this video. So I am just gonna apply this all over my face. You can see I'm applying this very close to my eyes as well, because my under eyes area is very dry, so I like to make sure that that area is nicely moisturized. And I am also applying all the skincare products on my neck as well. So the last step, and I would say the most important step for all skin type, if you have oily, combination or dry skin or normal skin, you want to apply a sunscreen. So for that I will be using this Earth Rhythm sunscreen. This has SPF of 50 PA++++. So I'm just gonna take good amount of the sunscreen, and I'm gonna apply this all over my face. This is a beautiful product before your makeup. I feel this really works as a primer, and in itself this is a great sunscreen, and you want to make sure that you apply a good sunscreen because it is very hot and sunny, so you want to make sure that you protect your skin. So I will be just applying this all over my face, and you can see there's no cuts and nothing of that sort, and this sunscreen gets absorbed into your skin in just few seconds. I would say in 10 to 15 seconds this just completely gets absorbed. And the reason I love this, especially before makeup, because this is very lightweight and this doesn't make my skin oily. I do have multiple sunscreens, but I love this one just before makeup because this makes my makeup look very healthy and glowy but not oily. And yeah, I'm just gonna press this also into my skin so that it gets completely absorbed. So our skincare is done, and the next step is a primer. I always say that a primer is a very important step and we do not want to skip that. Primer makes our skin very smooth. All the base products that we are going to put on top of that are going to sit very beautifully on top of it. And also primer makes our makeup long lasting, and I think that is a big concern when it comes to oily skin people. The makeup tends to break and budge very easily, and that's why I always say that a primer is a must. This base routine is especially for oily and combination skin people, so we need to get a primer which is mattifying and at the same time pore blurring. So I am going to give you different 4-5 options from different brands. You can choose a primer according to your budget, and all of these are mattifying primer and at the same time these blurs pores very beautifully. I am using this Sugar Matte Priming Balm. This is a great primer for mattifying your skin, and at the same time it blurs my pores completely. And this comes with an applicator, but I like to use this with my fingers only. I feel this blends and this gets applied even better when I use my fingers. So I am going to focus this especially on my T-zone because I have combination skin. But if you get oily all over your face, you can apply this all over your face as well. The best part about this primer that this makes my skin extremely soft. At the same time it completely mattifies my skin but doesn't dry up my skin. So my foundation sits very beautifully on top of this. As you can see that I'm pressing this and not really rubbing this or dragging this. I'm just kind of pressing this so that all my pores are blurred. This is also gonna make sure that your fine lines are also really nicely filled. You can see the shine on my forehead, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of this on my finger and I'm just gonna rub this right here, and you will see the shine is completely gone. And that's why I'm saying this is a great primer for mattifying your skin. If you like, you can use a primer like this as well. This is a stick primer, so it's very easy to go close to your eyes so that the fine lines close to our eyes are completely blurred, and the concealer doesn't crease at all. Again, I'm just gonna use my fingers to press it. I applied 2 primer just to show you guys, but you do not need all of these. Just get one primer, whichever one you want. So our skin is now completely ready for makeup application. So the next step that I will be doing is again a very important step, and you do not want to skip that. So for that you need a powder like this. You can use any loose powder that works for you. I will be using the Maybelline New York Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. So what you want to do is just take a big fluffy powder brush. Just take the powder on your brush just like this, dust off the excess. You want just a very little bit of the powder and then run the brush all over your face. You need very little amount of powder. You do not want to apply so much of this. This step is going to make sure that your base will not look oily at all. So what generally happens is when we apply a foundation and when we start sweating, our foundation becomes very oily and sweaty and it looks very bad. So when you apply a powder underneath your foundation or concealer, so when you start sweating, so this powder is going to absorb all the sweat and all the oiliness, and your base is going to look as flawless as it it was. After this step, my base looked so flawless. I cannot even tell you. You will see in few minutes that my foundation sits so beautifully on top of this. Now we're gonna apply a foundation, and you need a proper matte foundation. So I am going to be giving you 2-3 different options for a foundation as well. You can choose according to you. All of these 3 foundations are matte foundation, and these are very affordable drugstore foundations. Especially the Blue Heaven one is just for 200 rupees. So it's an amazing foundation, proper matte foundation, but this is not gonna give you a full coverage look. But if you want a matte foundation with full coverage effect, you can get the Superstay foundation or the Wet n Wild foundation. Both of these are proper full coverage foundations. You can get according to the kind of coverage you want. I will be using the Wet n Wild foundation because it's been a while and I know how much I love this foundation during summers. I'm gonna blend this with a foundation brush to keep the coverage. You can use a beauty blender as well, and you will see how full coverage this foundation is. It's extremely full coverage, and that's why I applied this, with my finger, just dotted this all over so that I do not apply a lot of this. And trust me, you do not need to actually build this foundation. The one coverage is more than enough. Still, if you want, you can definitely build up this foundation. Of course, down to your neck so that everything looks even toned and very flawless, and there's no, discoloration. I think you can clearly see how flawless my base is looking, right? All the pigmentation, hyperpigmentation, acne marks are covered, and there's a very nice, natural glow on my face, which is not at all looking oily or greasy, and that's exactly what I wanted. So the next step is to cancel out the darkness around our eyes. For that, you need a concealer which is very close to your skin tone. So for that, I will be using the Insight 2X Cover Master Concealer. This one is in the shade 03 Golden Sand. It's a very lightweight concealer, gives a very nice medium coverage. It's very nicely blendable, and it's very hydrating at the same time. I'm just gonna apply a very tiniest amount of this because, as I said, that I do not want to layer so much product around my eyes. So this concealer is gonna cancel out the darkness, but we need a little bit of brightness as well under our eyes. So for that, I will be using the Swiss Beauty Liquid Concealer. This one is in the shade 05 Medium Moyenne. Again, a very lightweight concealer, blends very beautifully, and it's again very hydrating. So I will be applying just very small 2 dots of this under my eyes to get a very nice brightening effect. And on those areas as well where I need a little bit of brightness, like my forehead, on the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and just a little bit on my chin as well. After applying the concealer, just leave it for 30 seconds under your eyes or close to your eyes to get the most amount of coverage. If you blend the concealer right after we applied it, we are not gonna get the proper coverage. So just leave it for 20 to 30 seconds and then starts blending it with the help of a brush. I'm blending all of this with the help of a brush to keep the coverage. You can use a beauty blender as well. Make sure the beauty blender is damp. So the next step is to set our face, but before that I will be applying a cream blush, and for that I will be using this Just Herbs Lip and Cheek Tint, and this one is in the shade 02 Peachy Coral. This is a beautiful coral shade. So applying a cream blush is not a mandatory step, but I like to do this especially during summers because the blush is a first makeup product which tends to get away, like fade away very quickly. So if you apply a cream blush underneath your powder blush, that makes sure that your blush is gonna stay for very long period of time on your face. So that's why I'm using a cream blush, but if you do not want that, you can skip on that. So I'm just gonna do this step very quickly. Just start from here so that most of the pigment is deposited here, and then just slowly go down so that you get a really nice lifted look and you do not look like a clown. I'm using this shade because this is gonna match my top, but you can use whatever shade you like. Now for the powder blush, I will be using this e.l.f. Bite Size Face Duo, and this one is in the shade Spiced Apple. If you have dry skin, you can skip the powder blush, but especially for oily skin, we need to set all up cream based products with a powder based product. So that's why I'm using this blush. This one again is a beautiful coral shade. So I'm just gonna apply this right on top of my cream blush. Now for the next step, I will be using the same loose finishing powder from Fit Me, and I'm just gonna press this under my eyes to make sure that my under eyes doesn't crease. So yeah, I'm not baking. If baking works for you, you can definitely go ahead and do baking, but I'm just gonna take very little amount of powder and just pressing this under my eyes. And of course, I'm going to set my entire face as well. So for that, I will be using this compact powder which is much more lightweight as compared to a loose finishing powder. So that's why I will be using this all over my face, and this one is in the shade 120. So again, I'm just going to use this with the help of my beauty blender. I'm going to take this on my beauty blender and press that all over my face. So now is the time for the final step for our base, and for that I will be using this Sugar Contour de Force Mini Bronzer. This one is in the shade 01 Toppy Topper. A beautiful bronzer slash contour, and I love this, and this is a proper powder product which is going to work very beautifully for an oily skin person. Alright you guys, so this is the finished look, and you can see how flawless my makeup is looking. It's not looking oily or greasy or cakey. It's looking very fresh, and you know, there's little bit of glow on my face, and I have not used any highlighter, not a liquid highlighter or not a powder highlighter. Still, it's looking really nice and glowy, and it's all because of the skin prep and you know, priming that we have done. And this makeup is gonna stay on my face for hours and hours because of the prep we have done and all the steps that we have followed. So yeah, I really hope you guys found this video helpful and learned something new. You know, if you have oily or combination skin this summer, you just wanna follow these steps and let me know if this works out for you, because this worked great for me. So yeah, I really hope you guys found this video helpful and also enjoyed watching this. If you did, then you know what to do, right? Just like, share and subscribe. That means a lot to me. So if you like my content, make sure to subscribe to my channel. And that's it, what I have to do for you guys. I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Till then, stay safe, stay at home. I love you guys all so much. Bye.